Hey, this is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. And if you're new here, my channel is dedicated to reviewing as seen on TV items, other household gadgets, and consumer goods. If you like that, please consider subscribing to my channel, look me up on Twitter, and just hang on for the ride. Now, let's get to today's review.
The Arctic hat. Let's see how this works for 1988. Today is the day we're going to take a look at the Arctic hat. It's the next level of cooling comfort by the Arctic brand. If you remember, they released last year the Arctic Air, and then this most recent year they did the Arctic Air Ultra, and I'll click a link up here because I reviewed that not too long ago. But this is a non-electronic way to cool yourself. Now, it looks like a Crocodile Dundee hat, and although this style may not be for you and it may not be for me, it offers three forms of cooling. All right, so it has this material on the outside like a reflectix would be to try to reflect away the sunlight. There also is venting on the side of the hat here, I guess to let out some of that extra air or heat. And then of course in here there's this cooling material. If you remember from a few years ago, there were those cooling towels that you would get wet and you'd put them around your neck and you go hiking or whatnot. But those are the three things that this hat has to offer. They claim this will keep your head 20 degrees cooler than the outside. Now today it's supposed to be up in the 90s, so I'm really excited to check this out because I've got a lot of yard work to do and I really want to put it to the test. If this is not for you, this style, they do have a regular ball cap, and I'll put a link in the description to their website, and I'll put a picture here showing you what the ball cap looks like. I couldn't find that in the store. I would have preferred that one, but this is the option that I have. It does have an option where you can cinch it to your head tight and cinch it to your chin, so it does not come off. But this is the Arctic hat. Let's see what it looks like on. All right, so you can cinch this tight or cinch it in the back, but this is the Arctic hat. Let's check it out and see if it really keeps my head 20 degrees cooler. The wet part, you're supposed to actually put water in here and then wring it out and then put it on your head, and that material in here will maintain the moisture and will maintain the cool temperature. It's lawn mowing day, but I have a problem first. I have this old apple tree out here, and the last few times I've mowed, these branches that have fallen down and are overgrown are just in the way, and to be honest with you, I just mow around it, but I don't want to continue doing that. So today I'm going to be using my Arctic hat. I'm going to be out here in the hot sun. I'm going to trim around this base of this tree and trim up some of the branches so I can drive under with the lawnmower. So let's get to it, and hopefully this hat keeps me cool because it's already hot out here and it's only 9 in the morning. Okay, so here's the concept today. It's hot. I'm going to be out here working all day. So I've got my Arctic hat and a bottle of water, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour a little bit of this water in on the inside of the hat, okay? Just like they say. I'm going to save a little bit of this water in case I need to hydrate later. What they tell you to do is after you douse it in the water, you wring it out, okay? And then you put it on your head, and there you go. Where's the front? There we go. Woo! It's cold and wet. Of course it is. I just got it wet. I'm going to be wearing my safety glasses. You remember from previous videos, this is my TAC glasses night vision, but I love using them during the day, so I'm going to use it here. So let's get to trimming up this tree so I can mow around it. We'll see how this hat keeps me cool. So before we get started, I want to get a few temperature reads. And I have my temperature gun here. Since this is pretty much meant for my head, I'm going to check the temperature of my head. So let's see. I'm just going to shoot it from the side, not getting the laser in my eye. And look at this. My head is about 90 degrees right now. It's 9:15 in the morning, and that's how hot it is out here now. Let's just check the inside of this hat. It is wet. I just did it about a minute ago. And you know what? It's 70 degrees, so definitely 20 degrees cooler in this hat. I'm excited to get it checked out because like I said before, it is hot out here and I got a whole day's worth of work. Let's get to it. Whew. You get the idea. I'm going to continue working around here and not bore you with the video.
and I'll bring it back after I'm done. I'll let you know how this works, and we'll take a few more temperature readings. I do feel cool. I feel this is blocking the sun from my eyes. So far I like it. Maybe not the style still, but we're going to continue working. I'll come back and check you out in a minute and let you know. As far as I'm going to go today, I think that I'll be able to mow underneath it. I won't have a problem. It is hot out here. My head does feel cool. I'm gonna attempt again to get a temperature reading just to see. The skin temperature, my arm is 93 degrees. So I'll be interested to see how the temperature of this hat on the inside is. Oh, you know what? The hat's at 80. 13 degrees different. I think over time as you're using this, I've been out here for about an hour, although it is wet, maybe this part is dried out. It does feel a little drier than the rest of the hat. You're supposed to re-wet it and reuse it. So this has been my experience. Let me get to my final review.
Today we've been looking at the Arctic hat, the newest cooling device by the Arctic brand. Earlier I said, you know what, I didn't necessarily like the design, the Crocodile Dundee type, but I will talk about its functionality. So after I was trimming the tree that we showed in the video, I actually went and mowed the lawn, and I wore this hat the whole time. And this strap right here underneath my chin saved the hat like about 8 times. So as I'm cruising down the yard, the wind picked up on the brim and blew it off, and it caught right here on my neck, and I didn't have to stop. I just put it right back on my head. That was really, really functional. I can see use of this at the beach. I can see the use of this just relaxing by the pool, doing yard work. I actually saw one of the neighbor farmers doing hay or mowing the hay down, and he had a hat that looked just like this as he's out there on his tractor. So I'm thinking this would probably benefit him too with the extra cooling here. Yep, I did notice that it had between 10 and 20 degrees cooler temperature when it was wet. When it was dry, I didn't notice any difference in temperature. So that's just something just to note. But this was the Arctic hat, and this was my review. If you like this review, please click that like button. Also, subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so, and hit that bell so you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. In the comment section below, have you used these Arctic hat? Would you use the Arctic hat? Or is there something else out there that you think is better? Let me know down there. As always, have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.